Hello everyone. So today's stream, as you can see, is about setting up the GitHub project, and then we're going to talk about the basics of creating our own first string bot. So, on this stream, I'm going to cover some new things. So I've created a GitHub project for all of you, so you can all start creating your own training bot. And for those of you who are not yet part of our Discord community, I also added the link to Discord here, or you can check the descriptions. So after I show you all the settings, we will start, create a training account with the MT5 broker, and then we will dive into PyCharm IDE to code a very simple training bot. Then we will run the training bot on the MT5 platform. And also, point number 5, we're going to run the bot on the VPS. So I'm also going to teach you how you can code something and let it run 24/7 somewhere else without having, having the need to have it on your own PC. And after that, I'd be very happy, to answer any questions or any requests. So Syed, we can discuss the universal script for Python there. I have already started, on preparing some code. So I think some of it might be very interesting for you here. So let's get started. So everything I'm going to code and show you here will be part of a public repository in GitHub. And I'm going to add the link to this GitHub repository after stream to Discord. But what I'm going to show you is the GitHub repo. So everything that I'm going to show you will be found here, and basically you don't need to code along, as I'll be sharing after this. So first thing first, we'll create a training account with the brokerage. And basically, those of you who have trained for a while already know how to create an account with the brokerage. But so very quickly, for those of you who have never opened a MetaTrader 5 account, there are a lot of brokers. Today, the one I'm going to show you is Tickmill. And Tickmill is one of those MT5 brokers. So all you have to do is click on demo account, and then you will just fill in your contact details, and after that make sure to create an MT5 account. And I've done it already. So when I start up the Tickmill platform, I have an account with 10,000 euro on demo, and this is the account that we're going to test on. All right, so assuming that you have your MetaTrader 5 with your broker, let's dive into the PyCharm coding and so on. So as you all know, MetaTrader 5 has a Python integration. So basically, you can send any trade request to the MT5 platform using Python, and you can find the documentation on MQL5. So if we look up MQL5 Python on Google, you will find the documentation where you can, look up all the APIs that are necessary to start trading algorithmically. So that I'm also going to add into the descriptions here. So I'm just gonna, leave the link so you can look it up later. But instead of, studying from scratch, what I created is, some basic functions, so we can immediately start with our trading bot. So today, what I've prepared for you is a MT5 trade utilities class, where actually just functions that are able to send a market order to MetaTrader 5, and then there's a function that allows you to close positions. So we're going to write a very simple script that will open and close trades on the Tickmill platform. So to start, let's go to our tradingbot.py. So I've created a file here already where we can utilize the functions. So what we're going to use here for this very simple script is just the MetaTrader 5 library. So we import MetaTrader 5 as MT5, and then from the class that we've created with the MT5 trade functions, we will import send market order, close position, and close all positions. And how they work, I'm going to explain in a minute. So first, to start our MetaTrader 5 platform, to log into that platform, you will need to call mt5.initialize. So what mt5.initialize does is that now when I close the platform and when I run this script again, the MT5.initialize will start up MetaTrader 5, as you see now, and the second part of the code where you see the login credentials. These are login credentials that I received from Tickmill when requesting the account. These are necessary to connect to my trading account. So you see that this account here that I'm connected to is this account that I've specified here with the login credentials that were sent to my email. So here I specified the login credentials and then called mt5.login to log into the platform. So let's say I want to open a trade on MetaTrader 5, and how we can do that is we can call the send market order function. So let's say, actually, let me import a sleep function. So from time import sleep. So what the sleep function does is it tells our Python code to wait a bit. So first, after logging in, I'm going to call sleep and we're going to wait 5 seconds. And after 5 seconds, I want to open a trade on MetaTrader 5. So I will simply call market order, send market order, and here you can see the required parameters. And now what I'm going to show you is quickly what the function does before we use it. So send market order basically sends a market order to the MetaTrader 5 platform. So in other words, if I, for example, see Euro USD, right, and we want to open a trade, all I can do is just create a new order. And here we want to create a market execution. So if I want to open one lot, I can decide sell or buy. It will instantly open a trade. And as a result, we see that a trade has been opened. And that we want to replicate using Python. So let me close the position now. And let's try to go back to PyCharm and replicate that. Great. So the send market order function, we just need to specify a symbol, the volume, how much we want to open, and then the order type, if it's buy or sell. Then we have optional parameters like stop loss, take profits, the deviation, comment, magic, and so on. We'll dive into it later, but let's just quickly open a trade in MetaTrader 5. So as you know, we can, for example, specify the symbol is equal to Euro USD, and then volume, I want to open one lot. And for the order type, I can set it to buy, let's say. And this is everything. I need to call the send market order function. So we just have to plug it in as our parameters. And then what should happen is that a trade should be opened automatically. And first, you have to make sure that if you check Algo trading, that Algo trading is enabled. So this is what it looks like when it's disabled, and this is what it looks like when it's enabled. So there should be a green icon. And so if I run the function now, the script should wait 5 seconds, and after 5 seconds, we should see a trade opened. So let's run it. So now it's running, and now a trade should be opened very soon. And as you see, without me clicking anything or submitting anything in the MetaTrader 5 UI, I have opened a trade. So it is Euro USD, it's a buy order, it's volume one lot, right? Now that we've learned how to open a market order or submit a market order and open a trade, I will now show you how to close a position, right? So when you write algos, you want to learn how to close a position. And for that, we can use the close all positions function, right? And let's go back to our MT5 trade utils where we're importing that function. And this function is made of close position. So very short, close position just takes the position of the MT5 position, and it sends a request to MetaTrader 5 server to close the trade. And I have created a close all positions function that is able to close all positions based on buy, sell, or all. So just to quickly show you what this function can do is, yeah, this is it. So after we open our trade, let's say that we wait another 5 seconds, and then we want to close all positions. And in this case, I need to specify just all. So regardless if buy or sell, I want to close all positions. And just to recap, we start a script. After 5 seconds, we open a trade. And after 5 seconds, we close the trade. So this is what the script should do now. So we run the trading bot again. We open our platform, no hands. And in 5 seconds, a trade should open. And in 5 seconds, again, the trade should close. So now the trade is open. And now the trade is closed. So now we have actually created a very simple bot. So I guess for many of you, it might be easy, right? There are no indicators. So there's nothing special about that. But I think for many of you, it's like a good entry to actually just start doing the bot. All right, so we learned how to run the bot in the Metro 5 trading platform. And the last step that I'm going to show you is how to run the bot on a VPS. So first, what is a VPS, right? I think for this, I will open my Paint. And please don't judge my drawing skills. VPS stands short for Virtual Private Server. So basically, all of you guys who are watching the stream have a computer, right? And so on this computer, you can do the coding, you can watch videos, you can do anything, literally. And a VPS is also a computer, but it's not your laptop, it's not your phone, it's not your desktop PC. It is a server that is running with something called a hosting provider, where you can run your scripts, do things remotely, right? So these servers, they run 24/7, and basically everything that I've done here, the trading bot I've coded, I can deploy it somewhere else, not worry about my PC having to run 24/7. This is done by the hosting provider. So on this VPS, what we're going to do is we're going to install everything we need, the Python, MetaTrader 5. So on this VPS, I'm going to install MT5 with all the Python scripts, and my bot will run there. And I'm going to show you an example how you can log into such a VPS. So I think going to much detail we can save for another stream, but one provider who provides a VPS is from the Contabo, right? So you sign up to a website, you can choose a VPS, you order that, and then what you receive are login credentials to that server. And a way to access a VPS is using something called Remote Desktop Connection on Windows. So if you click on that, what the hosting provider will provide you with is an IP address, a username, and a password, in which case I've already saved that on my PC. So if I click connect, a window should open with a Windows server where everything is running, right? So this window here that I'm showing you right now is a virtual private server that is running Windows operating system. And here I can do anything, the same things that I've shown you, on my local PC. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer my Python script on the server and let it run here. So here you can see I've already installed MT5, right? So this is my MT5 running on that VPS, and I need to transfer my Python script on that server too. And I can do that very easily. You can theoretically just copy the train bot that I've made here. So I press Ctrl C, and I can just Ctrl V that onto my server here. And you see that my train bot file, I've just copied that onto that server. So we look at the contents, right? It's the same thing that I've just created on, like, just recently. And now if I run that script, so it let me open my command prompt, and we just move to desktop. This is the location where my trainbot is. So write dir as a command. We see that I have my trainbot.py here. So what I can do now, I can just call Python trading bot.py, and that way I'm running that bot. Right, and what's going on here is Apologies, I haven't set up the Python virtual environment here, so I've just installed the normal Python scripts. So some libraries here are not compatible. And what we can do here is, and actually we can get back into the setup of the project. If you look at README, when you want to copy our project, you will have to clone the repository, but I also specified the requirements which are required to install all the correct libraries for your project, and they're all specified here. So what I can do also is just copy the requirements of text file, and hopefully I will fix that issue by installing the correct libraries in Python. And you can do that by calling pip install r requirements.txt. So basically, we're also replicating as if we had a new fresh PC. This could also happen to you. So if you have any of those issues, you can also follow this step to set up your Python correctly. So this might take some time because there are a few libraries. So let's just take our time and wait. All right, so the script is still running. So maybe what we can do is we can just skip this part until it is done. So maybe we can proceed to the Q&A session. Question from Never Finished. And he asked a question, how to close a position if he doesn't want to close all or never put or a specific position, how we can, for example, close just one specific position. And for today, what I've also prepared, and I believe that a lot of you may have like different questions, is different order types, right? So today I've shown you how to open a market order. So in this notebook, we're opening a market order. And if you want to close a specific position, right? So here I have a window where you can close a position. What you can do is you just need to specify in the request dictionary. So if now we're going into the specifics of the MetaTrader 5 Python API. When you send a request to close a position MT5, you have to call MT5 trade action deal, and you have to specify the ticket, right? So if the position here is position-wise ticket, this number you can find in MetaTrader 5. So for example, I open another position, so I buy, and then you can just filter by the ticket number here, right? So you just specify this ticket number here, you add it into the request dictionary, and then you just have to specify the symbol, how much you want to close, and so on and so on. And maybe I can provide a quick example how you can, for example, close a certain specific trade. So for that, I think I'm going to create a new Python file, and I'm gonna call this file close specific position. So we can add that here. And what I'm going to do is first I'm going to open several positions, some buy, some sells, so we have some things to choose from, right? And if you check MT5 trade utils, you'll find another function, and this function will return the positions that are open on our platform and return a pandas data frame. So what I can do is I can import that. So from MT5 trade utils import get positions, right? And so what we have to do in this script is we also have to initialize MT5 to connect to the platform. So I'm gonna copy this part here. We need to log in and initialize the platform. So I'm going to add that into name equals main block. And and I also, of course, have to import MetaTrader 5 as MT5. So now we've set up the initialize, and then I can create a variable positions is equal to get positions, and let's print the positions, right, to see what trades are open. So we run this. Oh, of course I have to call it, right? It's a function. So let's run it again. And as you can see, I've called get positions, and this returns the data frame with the open trades that I have on my platform. So I have 4 positions here and 4 positions here. So now, I mean, you said what is the best way? So I know what is the best way, but this is the way I do it. So the way I do it is I just check the ticket number, right? Or I can filter by symbol and so on. So if I just want to specify the ticket, I can do that. So let's try to create a function that will close the position by the ticket number. So let's go back to the MT5 trade utils. And there is, as you can see, there is a function close position which takes a series as an input for position where it closes the trade. So let's just copy, actually we don't have to copy, we have to import that, right? So we're going to import close position. And what we can do now is we can isolate that position. So let's say we want to, you say you don't want to close the first position, but you, for example, want to close the second position, right? Let's say the GBP USD. So the ticket number of this position is 4803565. And this number you will also get, when you open the position. So you can save it, or you can just filter by profit, symbol, and so on. So I'm just gonna, copy the number here. So the position ID here is this ticket. And what we can do is, or let's call this, let's call it GU position is equal to, and let's take this data frame, and we can filter using panda syntax is equal to our position ID. And now if we print this, print GU position, here we see this row here. And because our close position takes a series, we just use ilog0 because it's unique, and it will return a panda series. Right. So now we have isolated that trade by the ticket number, and to close that position, we can just call close position and close it. So for this, I'm just gonna use the sleep function, so we have time to switch the MetaTrader 5 platform. So again, from time, import sleep, and then we can try calling close position. So I haven't tested that yet. I just hope it works, but hopefully it will work. So actually, we can you can just use that here and run that here, and let's cross my fingers. It works. And after 5 seconds, the GU position should be closed. So I apologize, never finished. Let me just go through it after a call, and I'm going to send you the correct script once we are done. Regardless, if you want to use like the previous, initialize file, then you can just call the close all positions, because I believe what I did here is I iterated through using pandas iteros. So in that case, I isolate I and position. So let me just try to find a very fast quick fix, if that might work. And I think this is a little bit might look a bit strange. So actually we have positions here, which is a data frame, and we can just try to close the position using that function here, where the ticket ID is 4803565. So I'm just gonna do it very non-elegant, let's say. So if position dot ticket is equal to this ticket number. Then I'm just gonna close the position. So let's hope that this will work. If not, I'm just gonna send later. So 5 seconds should pass now. And yes, so this works. And yeah, so I'll check that how we can do it with that. So I assume that the object that is being returned by iteros here, uh, it does not resemble the pandas iloc and so on. Okay, great. So let's now go back to, all right, so our VPS is now ready. So we can start the training bot here. So now that we fixed the environment, now again, fingers crossed, let's run the training bot. And of course, right, so what we also need to copy is because we actually also are using some other functions. So let me copy that here. Normally what you would do in this case actually is you would create a folder. And in this folder, I can call it training bot, right? I can just copy everything here. And also what I need is paste that thing here. So now let's just switch our directory. So change directory, cd training bot. Here we have our files, and let's try one more time. So Python creating bot.py. And now we see the script is running. So one last thing, because we're on a new server, I have to make sure that Algo training is enabled. And then I'm going to show you rerun the bot here. So here, so what should happen on the server is it just closed all positions. So the initial training bot, what it's supposed to do is open a trade after 5 seconds and then close all the trades after 5 seconds. So now it's open and now it's closed. So this is how you set up a VPS. And let me know if you have any questions regarding that. All right, Deepak, thank you for a comment. And Jorovi asked, do you also have bots running with real account instead of demo account? Yes, I do, of course. I used to have like a London breakout bot, if you remember. I published that around a year ago. You can check one of my old videos where I was actually training that, and there is also some track record. So feel free, just to scroll through my past YouTube videos, and I guess you'll find something. Also, like if you, for example, have any content ideas, or certain like trading strategy ideas that I can, for example, code for next time, I'd be very happy to also help you with the training bot coding and show to everyone who's on this live stream, how to do that. So I've done coding, trying to imitate price action. I've coded bots using various indicators and so on. What's the topic for next stream? I'm not sure yet. I think it depends on you, what you like to watch. If there are no other ideas, guess I'll just code another trading bot using SMA indicators, Bollinger Bands, RSI, MACD, whatever you wish. Or we can also code some risk management rules for the account. So for example, how to extract balance and equity from the accounts, limit the number of trades, how much you can lose per day. I think all of that are possible topics for the next live stream. Well, regardless, so I will just finish the script for the close specific position right off stream. So I'm going to upload all the files to my Discord channel in the resources section. And for those of you who already copied the GitHub repository, you will find all the changes here. So everyone, I guess this is it for today, and yeah, see you on my next live stream. So thank you for coming.